It's a mini lockdown in Delhi because America's number 2 is visiting. I'm talking about JD Vance, the Vice President of the United States of America. He landed in New Delhi this morning. He's got 3 packed days ahead. Temple runs, fort tours, shopping sprees, bilateral talks, and finally the customary Taj Mahal visit. It's a trip very high on symbolism. A, because it's happening so early in Donald Trump's presidency, and B, because there's a trade war looming. India is hoping to avoid the US tariffs. Talks are underway to strike some sort of a bilateral deal. Vance technically does not work on trade deals, but his visit is a statement of support. Let's look at his day first. JD Vance is traveling with his family. His wife Usha and their 3 children are accompanying them. They landed in New Delhi at around 10 a.m. today. The Vice President was given a ceremonial welcome. Take a look. After that, the family headed to Akshardham. This is a Hindu temple located near the Delhi border. JD Vance and his family soaked in the architecture and heritage.
Good? Oh, thank you all.
Now, there is a local connect here. Vance's wife, Usha, is of Indian origin. She is a practicing Hindu with family ties to Andhra Pradesh. In fact, their children wore Indian clothes through the day. Vance's predecessor, Kamala Harris, was also of Indian origin, but she never traveled to India. She visited 21 countries as vice president, but not India. Anyway, back to this trip. After Akshardham, JD Vance visited an emporium. He got up close with India's cottage industry products. Then finally came the big event. Vance had a bilateral meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The PM also interacted with the second family before a private dinner. Take a look. Vance will fly to Jaipur tonight. Tomorrow he is expected to tour the city and give a policy speech. The day after, he will visit Agra to see the Taj Mahal. All in all, a pretty packed trip. The question is, what should India take away from it? Number 1, it's clearly a show of priority. This is JD Vance's first trip to Asia as vice president. He could have picked a US ally like Japan or South Korea, but he picked India. It shows that Trump prioritizes New Delhi. Trade war or not, he sees potential in this partnership. India too is expecting the trip to boost ties.
With the United States of America, we have a comprehensive strategic global partnership. So when you have that level of partnership with any country, obviously you will discuss all relevant issues. And with America, with the United States, of course, our relationship is such that we are doing anything that is part of human endeavor, forms part of our bilateral engagement. So all these issues, bilateral issues, will be discussed, and we are very positive that the visit will give a further boost to our bilateral ties.
Number 2, JD Vance has not been a lame duck vice president. He's been Trump's hitman. When he visited Europe, he accused them of killing free speech. When the UK Prime Minister visited Washington, he repeated the accusation, and this time in front of the Prime Minister. Let's see what he says tomorrow. The policy speech will give us some indications. And finally, number 3, this visit is part of a process. It should not be seen as a standalone trip. Last month, Trump's intelligence chief, Tulsi Gabbard, visited India. This month, JD Vance is visiting. Next up could be Pentagon Chief Pete Hegseth, the American Defense Minister. Reports say that he will be visiting in the coming months. And all of this will lead to the biggest trip of them all, a visit by President Donald Trump. India is slated to host the Quad Summit later this year. Chances are Trump will attend that in person in India. Both sides will be looking to sign a trade deal by then. India is confident of making progress. They're expecting the first part of the deal to be signed by October, and that's the number one priority, to remove this looming threat of tariffs. Once that is sorted, you can tackle other issues like H-1B and student visas, concerns around Khalistan, cooperation in Bangladesh, and joint strategies for the Indo-Pacific. Like I said, JD Vance is not involved in these decisions. His role is largely ceremonial, but his actions and remarks offer us clues, because Vance's job is to articulate Trump's policy priorities. No frills, no half measures, no sugarcoating. He's done that in Europe and Greenland. Let's see what his message for India will be.
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
No, I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.